asked people what's wrong with the Jackson Zoo, and it seems only to scrape the surface of the problems.
Well, in my opinion, when I go, the animals are always asleep, and the landscaping is not all that good when you get there.
It's dangerous. You know, your cars are vandalized.
But it has been a really long time since I've been, and the last time they really didn't have that many animals.
The zoo says it wants to study a move to the LaFleurs Bluff area on Lakeland Drive and I-55 because of declining attendance and revenues. The zoo attendance has dropped from what used to be around 200,000 to about 100,000 people annually.
We got a list of what's supposed to be there, but they're not even there.
City leaders have pummeled operators with accusations of mismanagement and threatened not to renew their lease at the city-owned site. Despite those threats, zoo operators say their plan is still to look at moving the zoo and raising millions of dollars to do it.
Why can't it happen at this site?
The location is really hurting attendance, and it's really based on what's happening around the zoo, the blight, the potholes, the difficulty getting in and out to the zoo.
The approach from Ellis Avenue is littered with potholes and uneven roads. On Capitol Street, a long line of vacant, boarded up, or falling down buildings on either side. The mayor says if any money is spent on a zoo, it should be done right where it is.
And I believe that the Jackson Zoo should stay in West Jackson, and if there is resources to be provided towards the development of a zoo, I think $50 million would go a very long way in West Jackson.
$50 million is what it is estimated to cost to move the Jackson Zoo to the state-owned site on LaFleurs Bluff. But the operators haven't even raised the $350,000 needed to start a study.
I have yet to figure out how you put 100 acres of zoo in 25 acres of terrain.
The zoo actually uses about 30 acres at its present West Jackson site and says there's plenty of room at the LaFleurs Bluff site to build a new, reimagined zoo. Operators say its proximity to the interstate and other nearby museums would set the stage for more exposure and better numbers.
Critics claim one of the reasons the zoo's attendance has dropped so dramatically is because the zoo's marketing budget has dropped dramatically. That much is true, but so too has the zoo's operating budget and the number of people who work here.
The zoo's marketing budget has dropped from $160,000 in 2015 to just $20,000 this year. The zoo used to have about 50 workers, now around 30.
Well, the zoo's not spending as much money on much of anything right now. Our budget's been cut over and over. Every year we have to cut, either from attendance or a downswing in donation that we get from the city.
The elephants were moved because of the projected added cost of $10 million to keep them. The city of Jackson's donation to the zoo has fluctuated each year, now just a little bit more than it was getting just 12 years ago. The city owns the zoo property, and the lease is up for renewal in September. And if the city doesn't renew its deal with the Jackson Zoological Society that owns the majority of the animals,
well, then we have to move all our animals out. We have to house them at other acceptable facilities, return animals that have been on loan.
To be fair with you, I think that there's still a lot of conversation to be had.
The mayor says the city can use blight elimination monies to buy and remove vacant buildings near the West Jackson site. But operators are skeptical that the current site can be salvaged.
The way we are right now, unless something happens around the zoo and unless the city is able to step up its support in some way, I'm afraid in about less than a year and a half, you'll see no zoo at all.
In Jackson, Scott Simmons, 16 WAPT News.